Hello everyone, today our topic is how to add Razorpay payment details in MySQL. So here my objective is that whenever I receive a new payment from Razorpay, then automatically I want to capture these payment details and I want to add these payment details to create a backup in MySQL. So for that I have to build a simple connection between Razorpay and MySQL. So for building this connection, I'm going to use Pabbly Connect, which is an amazing software for automation and integration. In Pabbly Connect, I have to use trigger and action. In trigger application, I'm going to use Razorpay. In action application, I'm going to use MySQL. So how I'm going to build this connection? For that, let me take you to my computer screen. I hope all you can see my computer screen, and today we are going to see that how we can add Razorpay payment details automatically in MySQL database. So I'm using Razorpay as my payment gateway for my business, and I'm receiving a lot of payments from Razorpay. So what I want is that I want to keep a backup of all my payment details of Razorpay. So my objective is that whenever I receive a new payment from Razorpay, then automatically I want to add these payment details in my MySQL database. So all this is going to happen automatically, and for doing all this automatically, I'm using an amazing software that is Pabbly Connect. So I'm going to show you that how you can use Pabbly Connect to create this automation between Razorpay and MySQL in such a way that whenever you will receive a new payment from Razorpay, then automatically all the details of that payment will get added in MySQL database. So by using Pabbly Connect, we will build this simple connection between Razorpay and MySQL, and that too without any coding and programming skills. So for using Pabbly Connect, what we have to do is we have to open a new tab and search for pabbly.com/connect, and this will take us to this landing page of Pabbly Connect. Here we have two options, sign in and sign up for free. If you don't have any account with Pabbly Connect, then you just have to click on this sign up for free button, and it will take only 2 minutes of your time and you'll get 100 of tasks free every month. Or if you already have an account, you can just sign in and you will get to see this page. So these are all the apps that Pabbly offers, and we are going to use Pabbly Connect here. For that, I have to click here on this Access Now button under Pabbly Connect, and this will direct us to the dashboard of Pabbly Connect. Here this is the workflow section, and we can see all the workflows that we will create here. And this is the folder section. We can create new folder here, and we can save any workflow in any particular folder that we want. Now here I want to create a new workflow. For that I have to click here on this create workflow button, and this window will pop up. Here I have to name my workflow, so I'm going to name it as my objective, which is to add Razorpay payment details in MySQL. Now I have to select the folder where I want to save my workflow, so I'm going to open this tab, and in this you will find all the folders that you have created in your Pabbly Connect account. And in this, I'm going to use this particular folder of MySQL. So I'm going to select this, and now I have to click on create, and this will take us to this most important window of our workflow. Here we have two boxes, trigger and action. So these are the two main principles on which our workflow works on. And trigger says when this happens, action says do this. So trigger is going to be the first step that will get executed in our workflow, and action will just follow that. So we have to set up our trigger first, and here my trigger application is going to be Razorpay. So I'm going to select Razorpay here, and now I have to give a trigger event. So I'm going to open this tab, and payment capture will be my trigger event. So I'm going to select this, and now I have to connect Razorpay with Pabbly Connect, and for that I'm going to use this webhook URL, and this webhook URL is going to work as a bridge between Razorpay and Pabbly Connect. Now for connecting these two accounts, I have to follow all these instructions. So first I'm going to copy this webhook URL. I will go back to my Razorpay account. Here I will go to account and settings. And in this, I have this option of webhook. So I'm going to open this. And here I have to add a new webhook. So I have to click here on this add webhook button. And now first I have to give my webhook URL. So I'm going to paste that webhook URL that I have copied from Pabbly Connect. So I'm going to paste that here. And now I have to give my active events. So in the active events, I'm going to select this option of payment captured. So this will be my active event. Now I have to click on create webhook. And my webhook is saved successfully. Now I have to go back to Pabbly Connect. And here we can see it is waiting for webhook response. So how I'm going to get this webhook response? For that, I have to create a new payment in Razorpay. So I'm going to create a payment for sample submission so that I can receive the response of that payment here in Pabbly Connect. So let's go back to Razorpay. And now I will go to payment pages. So I'm going to use this payment pages of automation and AI book. So I'm going to copy this payment page, and I'm going to open this in a new tab. So I'm going to open this. So this is how my payment page is going to look like. And you can add this payment page in your website or in any other place where you want to capture the payments from. Now I need to create a payment. So I have to give the first name. So my first name will be test. I have to give the last name of my customer, which will be user. Now I'm going to give the email address. So my email will be testuser@pabblytudes.com. I'm going to give a random mobile number. Now I have to select the course. So my course is of automation and AI ebook. And this is my amount, which is of 999 rupees. Now I have to click on pay and I'm going to make payment with card. So I'm going to select card here. So this is a test payment. So I'm giving a test card number and also the test expiry date. And my card holder name is going to be test user. And I'm going to give a random CVV. Now I will click on pay now. And here I have to give a test OTP. So this 111 is my test OTP. So I'm going to click on submit. And here my payment is successful. So I have created this payment by using Razorpay. Now let's go back to Pabbly Connect. And here we can see I have received this response. So here I have the response of the payment that I've just created in Razorpay. So this is the mobile number of my customer. I have the first name, which is test, last name is user. I have the email, which is testuser@pabblytudes.com. I have the course name of automation and AI book. So this is my product. I have the payment ID. And also I have the card entity. So the payment was made by card and I have the payment amount. So this is showing me the payment in the lowest currency format. That's why I'm receiving my payment like this. So my payment was of amount 999 rupees. So for getting that amount, what I need to do is I need to first set up my actions tab. So I'm going to open this tab and here in actions tab, I'm going to use a tool that is number formatter. So I'm going to select number formatter by Pabbly. And here I have to give an action event. So I'm going to open this tab. And perform math operation will be my action event. So I'm going to select this. And now I'm going to connect number formatter by Pabbly with Pabbly Connect. So I'll click here on connect. And here I have to first give the numbers that I want to perform operation on. So first I'm going to give the amount of my payment that I have received from Razorpay. So I have to map that here. And for that I have to use mapping. So what mapping is? Mapping is a technique through which I can retrieve the data from the previous tabs. And the data that is changing will get replaced with the new data in the real time. So for mapping, I have to click here. I will open the response of Razorpay. And in this is my amount. So I'm going to map this. Now what I need to do is I need to divide my amount with 100. So for that, I have to give a comma here. And I'm going to give my other number, which is 100. Now this will be my two numbers. Now what I need to do is I need to select my operation. So I have to open this tab and I want to divide my number by 100. So I'm going to select divide here and I have to click on save and send test request button. And here we can see I have received this result. So in the result, I have received my amount, which is of 999 rupees. So here I have received all these details of the payment. Now what I need to do is I need to add these details to keep a backup in MySQL. So for that, I have to set up my last actions tab. And here my action application is going to be MySQL. So I'm going to select that. And now I have to give an action event. So I'm going to open this tab and insert row will be my action event. So I'm going to select this and I'm going to connect MySQL with Pabbly Connect. So I'll click here on connect. I will click on add new connection. And for connecting MySQL with Pabbly Connect, you need to fill all these details here. So I have already filled all these details. So I'm going to use the existing connection and I'm going to click on save. And my connection here is successful. Now what I need to do is I need to first select my table where I want to add all these details. So for that, let me take you to my MySQL database. And here I'm using this table of Razorpay payments. So I'm going to use this particular table of Razorpay payments to add the details of my payment that I'm receiving from Razorpay. Now let's go back to Pabbly Connect. And I'm going to map my table here. So I have to open this tab. And in this tab, you will find all the tables that you have in your MySQL database. So I'm going to use this table of Razorpay payments. So I'm going to select this. And here we can see all the details have changed according to my table. Now I need the first name, last name, payment ID, phone number, amount, email and product. So I'm going to map all these details from the response that I received from Razorpay. So first I'm going to give the first name of my customer. So I'm going to click here. I will open the response of Razorpay. And this is the first name of my customer, which is test. Similarly, I'm going to map the last name. Now I have to map the payment ID. So I have to click here. I will open the response of Razorpay. So this is my payment ID. So I'm going to map this. Now I need the amount. So I have to click here. I will open this response of number formatter and this is my amount of my payment. So I'm going to map this. Now I have to map the email. So I have to click here. I will open the response of Razorpay and this is my email address, which is testuser@pabblytudes.com. So I'm going to map this. Now in the end, I'm going to map the product. So I have to click here. I will open the response of Razorpay and this is my product, which is of automation and AI ebook. So I'm going to map this. And here I have mapped all the required details. Now what I need to do is I need to click on Save and Send Test Request button, and here we can see I have received the response. So here I have the status of success. So this means that I have added all these details of the payment that I have received from Razorpay in my MySQL database. So to check this, let me take you to MySQL database, and here we can see that I have added this new row in my MySQL database. So the first name is test, last name is user, this is my payment ID, I have the amount of my payment which is 999, I have the email which is testuser@pabblytudes.com, and I have the product which is automation and AI ebook. So here we can see that I have added all these details of the Razorpay payment that I have received from Razorpay, and automatically I have created this backup of all those payment details of Razorpay. So here, whenever I'm receiving a new payment from Razorpay, then automatically I'm adding those payment details in my MySQL database. Now to check this in real time, I'm going to go back to Razorpay and I'm going to create a new payment. So here I'm going to create this payment for this MS Office course. So I'm going to copy this payment link. I will open that in a new tab, and here I have this payment page. So I'm going to fill these details here. First I have to select my course. So I have to open this tab, and MS Office course will be my course. Now I have to give the first name. So my first name will be dummy, last name will be user, email will be dummyuser@pabblytudes.com, and I'm going to give a random mobile number. And now I have to click on pay, and I'm going to make payment with card. I have to give the card number. So I'm going to give a test card number, and I'm going to give a test expiry date. I'm going to give a card holder name which will be dummy user, and I'm going to give a random CVV. Now I have to click on pay now, and I'm going to give a test OTP. So I'm going to click on submit, and I have successfully created this payment. Now what should happen is that all these details of my payment that I have created with Razorpay should get added in my MySQL database. Now to check this, let me take you to MySQL, and here we can see I have added this new row in my MySQL database. So here I have the first name which is dummy, I have the last name which is user, I have the payment ID, I have the phone number, and I have the email address which is dummyuser@pabblytudes.com. So here we can see that I have added all these details of my payment that I have just created in Razorpay, and I'm adding all those details here in MySQL database. So whenever I'm going to receive a new payment from Razorpay, then automatically I'm going to add those details in my MySQL database. So let's go back to Pabbly Connect. And here we have built this connection between Razorpay and MySQL in a successful way. So whenever we are going to receive a new Razorpay payment, then automatically we are going to first capture those details, and we are going to use those details to add them automatically in my MySQL database. So let's summarize what we did here. So first I have set up my trigger, and my trigger application was Razorpay, and my trigger event was payment captured. Then I have set up my actions tab, and my action application was number formatter by Pabbly, and here I have used number formatter for getting my payment amount. Then I have set up my last actions tab, and here my action application was MySQL, and my action event was insert row. So this is how I have successfully created this workflow, and you can also create this workflow by following all the steps that I did in my workflow. And I'm also going to put the link of my workflow in the description, so you can check it from there. And thank you for watching this video.
Not just these applications, you can automate and integrate a lot more applications like this by using Pabbly Connect. So if you want to reach out to us, then email us at support@pabbly.com. And if you have any queries, then you can write us at forum.pabbly.com. And if you have any issue with the pricing, then you can visit this link. And if you like this video, then please like, share and subscribe. Thank you.